What's up, everyone? Morey Croson here with the Performance Lab of California, and we're going to do another breakdown for you here today on Mitch Trubisky, the quarterback from the Chicago Bears. Been having a really good year. This game, he actually scored 6 touchdowns against the Bucks, and I think that's still the most touchdowns for a game for any quarterbacks this season. So, and yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely shown. Which is a bit of a surprise to everybody that he's actually, an NFL quarterback that can be doing it for a good amount of time. And so we'll just go ahead and go into some of the mechanics stuff here that he does well. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is his step. And the reason I want to talk about his step is because I've seen this a lot recently with quarterbacks, is that as they're going through that initial step, really doing a good job of allowing their foot to get a good amount in front of the knee. And so almost allowing that knee to like curve inwards to an extent, or that hip to curve inwards. So then when you're landing, you have a lot more room in the leg to externally rotate. So as you're landing here, or how Mitch is landing here, he then's able to get a good amount of rotation through that entire hip. And part of that is because when he loaded it from a very internally rotated position, started very internally rotated there, and then as he transferred onto his front leg, was able to shift all his weight to the outside part of the foot and maintain a good amount of stabilization as he did that, which I think is very effective as a quarterback, because it just gives you more range. One of the things that I see a lot with that front leg with quarterbacks is they don't have the range of motion to continue external rotation, which once you limit that, now you're not going to be able to get fully through within that front leg and that front hip joint. So, it's something that I think is an important thing to really think about in order to help you out as a quarterback. So next thing that we're going to do is, this is actually a bad ball, and kind of going into what are some of the things that impact a bad ball. And I like this just because if we watch the initial step, right, it's like a dig to the left here. If we watch the initial step, and I see this a lot, as much as it doesn't look right, you can see how the step is so far off to the side, and that impacts the momentum. So when you step off to the side like that, now there's a couple things that end up happening. One, your body weight's getting shifted that way, but your ball is trying to go that way. The other thing is it impacts that throwing slot. So now you can see he's really dropping that elbow down, and as he comes through, his body, the elbow wants to come up, and his body really wants to be leaning over to the side here, but the arm wants to go here, which causes a disconnect, right? When you start disconnecting where your body's going, you're going to have a much higher chance of being inaccurate during your throws. As you can see, he's definitely open, but if you would have either done one or two things, one could have been getting that foot in a better position, which would have been probably the better thing to do, or the other thing would be, as he's coming through, be able to come with that arm going a little bit more straight or down towards your target, rather than having everything lean over to the side. You'd be able to create a lot more accuracy, a lot more opportunity to be accurate at the very least. So, and then this is a similar throw. It's not the same throw, obviously. It's not a dig, but it's a similar motion, and you can still see he does step out to the side a little bit, but doesn't completely open up his hips. If we look at this one again compared to this one, where you can see, oh no, it's not that one, it's this one. You can see the hips completely open up as he's stepping, and then compared to this one where he steps in, he keeps those hips closed, and then transfers all the way through. And again, very similar with his external rotation, like we said on the first throw, but just does a better job of closing the hips and making it so as he comes through, the rotation is more towards the target instead of going off to the side. Whoops, that was a bad arrow. Instead of going off to the side there, which it obviously allows you to create much more overall accuracy and efficiency. You can see that one was in a lot better overall position. So, I just want to give you a little bit more information there. There's some people that wanted to see some Mitch Trubisky. I think that overall he doesn't do anything that's crazy. He doesn't do anything that is way over the top, but he is very efficient. He is very effective, and a big reason why is because he does a good job of utilizing his body. He's able to push off his back leg. He creates a lot of internal rotation within that front leg, and gets all the way through with that front foot external rotation. So, really the lower body, especially for bigger quarterbacks, is important in order to maximize your efficiency in the throw and also generating the most amount of power as you possibly can. All right, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions. You can email me, Morey@yourperformancelab.com. Leave some comments for any other breakdowns that you recommend. And as always, check out any of our online throw programs or any of our online programs in general if you're interested in getting a little bit more coaching one-on-one. Thanks, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.